following is a feature presentation of the Replay Sports Channel, the home for great games.
Good evening, football fans, and welcome to Week 11 of the WFL. Monday Night Football comes to you from venerable Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, New York, where the New York Generals and their rookie sensation Bryce Young will be playing host to the Atlantic Division leading Tampa Bay Bandits. Good evening, everybody. Glenn Walker joining you from the Replay Sports Channel studios. We're getting ready to take you out to Yankee Stadium in just a few moments. Setting the scene for you for this Atlantic Division battle between these two teams. Tampa Bay defeated New York earlier in the season, Week 3. Back in Tampa, a close game, 23-20. Tampa Bay last week defeated Toronto 35-20. They currently sit first place in the Atlantic and have a 3-game win streak. They are favored to win this game by 5 points. They're led by veteran quarterback Joe Flacco. He stepped in 3 weeks ago. He's 3-0 as quarterback since coming in for the injured rookie Will Levis, who broke a foot. More on that later. Levis went 23 of 34 for 258 yards, 3 touchdowns. And Torrey McLaurin, the wide receiver, 10 receptions, 139 yards, 2 touchdowns in that one. New York, struggling at 3-7. You might say, 3-7, 3 weeks to go, 4 weeks to go. What chance do they have? I'll show you in a moment. They did lose a close one to Birmingham, 34-31. Bryce Young, 26 of 40, just 150 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions. But as we look at the playoff race, as we wrap up the 11th week of the 2024 season, there you go, Tampa Bay highlighted. They are currently the 2nd seed. They will stay 2nd seed pending outcome of tonight's game. New York, as you can see, currently outside of the playoff race, but with the DC loss earlier on Sunday, New York get a win here. They could be tied with DC, still in the mix for a playoff spot. Dan Quinn coming into his first season as the Generals head coach. He's a former defensive coordinator. First time as a head coach. He has had an interesting season trying to develop this new quarterback. They are also complemented by an up-and-coming run game and a very good defense. This defense leads the league in sacks, and they have several players who could feature on that all-star roster that's released after the Week 12 games. Tampa Bay has a much better running game this season, 13 rushing touchdowns as a team leads the league in that category. Defense, they feature 2 possible all-star selections, Geno Stone at defensive back and Nick Bosa comes into the game with 6 sacks. We'll get ready to take you down to the field and our broadcast crew. It's a mid-November night, 44 degrees as we approach kickoff, very slight wind, and we're going to get ready to get started. A quick commercial message, and then we'll take you out to kickoff. You're watching the Monday Night Football game between Tampa Bay and New York here on the Replay Sports Channel.
There's a moment in every man's day when the world slows down, and all that's left is the rich, satisfying flavor of a Monarch cigar, crafted for men who know what they want and get it. Monarch cigars deliver a smooth, full-bodied experience, wrapped in the finest aged leaves from the world's most exclusive plantations. for those who appreciate life's finer moments and the company that comes with them. Choose Monarch, a cigar of distinction. Monarch Cigars, rule your world.
The kick from Myers is downed by Moore. Five-yard run by Edwards, Sweat on the tackle. 2nd and 5. Came it out wide. Flacco from the pistol. McLaurin faces a double at the line. Flacco passes to Cup, gain of 11, Gardner with the tackle, first down. Edwards with a gain of 4 on the play, Landman on the tackle. Second and 6 at the 45. Flacco from the pistol. Flacco calls out the signals. Flacco completes the pass to Cup, gain of 6, Gardner on the stop, first down. Man in motion. Flacco calls out the signals. Edwards with the carry, gain of 3, Landman on the tackle. Trips right. Pistol formation. Flacco throws incomplete to McLaurin, Nelson on the coverage. Third and 7. Flacco from the pistol. Flacco is intercepted by Nelson, return of 8. Moss on the carry, gain of 5, Boza on the stop. Young from the pistol. Moss on the carry, gain of 5, Smith with the tackle, first down. New York breaks the huddle. First and 10 from the 46. Spears split outside. Young barks out the signals. Elliott the ball carrier, gain of 5, Smith on the tackle. Young from the pistol. Young throws incomplete to Moss, Smith with the coverage. Third and 5 at the 41. Young from the pistol. Motion. Young passes to Adams, incomplete, Moore 2 on the coverage.
Offsetting penalties. Repeat, third down.
Third and 5. Young from the pistol. Young completes the pass to Adams, 4-yard gain, Moore 2 on the tackle. "55-yard attempt for Myers. Bojorquez to hold. This will give them the lead. The snap from Larson. Myers missed the 55-yard field goal. Motion right. Edwards on the carry, gain of 1, Young on the tackle. Trips left. Flacco from the pistol. Flacco completes the pass to Cup, gain of 9, Gardner on the tackle, first down. First and 10. Trips right. Flacco from the pistol. Johnston with a gain of 7 on the play, Johnson on the tackle. Dillon with a 4-yard run, Parsons on the stop, first down. Dillon with a gain of 4 on the play, Parsons on the tackle. Trips right. Pistol formation. Flacco throws incomplete to Johnston. Third and 6. Flacco from the pistol. Flacco to Renfro, gain of 15, Thompson on the tackle, first down. Flacco from the pistol. Flacco passes to McLaurin, incomplete. Flacco from the pistol. Man in motion. Flacco to Kamit, incomplete. Third and 10 at the 15. Trips right. Flacco from the pistol. Man in motion. Flacco completes the pass to Cup, gain of 7, Gardner on the tackle. "26-yard attempt for Ryland. This will give them the lead. Clean snap from Glasgow. The snap from Glasgow. Ryland made the 26-yard field goal, Tampa Bay 3, New York 0. Here's the kick from Ryland. First and 10. Young in a pistol formation. Moss with a gain of 2 on the play, Lloyd on the tackle. Second and 8 from the 27. Trips right. Young from the pistol. Young throws incomplete to Shaheed, Blankenship on the coverage. Third and 8 at the 27. Pistol formation. Young passes to Adams, incomplete, Moore 2 on the coverage. Bojorquez to punt. "50-yard punt by Bojorquez, return of -3 by Kamit. First and 10 from the 20. Trips right. Flacco completes the pass to Dillon, 6-yard gain, Landman with the tackle. Second and 4. Trips right. Pistol formation. Flacco completes the pass to Dillon, loss of 3, Landman with the tackle. Third and 7. Flacco from the pistol. Flacco throws incomplete to Johnston, Adebo on the coverage. Stout to punt. "56-yard punt by Stout, return of 22 by Shaheed. Young from the pistol. Man in motion. Young calling signals. Moss on the carry, gain of 4, Barrett on the tackle. New York down by 3. Second and 6 from the 47. 0-10 in the first. Young from the pistol. Young is intercepted by Stone, return of 1. Two-yard gain by Dillon, Landman on the tackle, end of the first quarter, Tampa Bay 3, New York 0.
Some beers are just beers. But Iron Ridge Lager, it's a legend in a bottle. Born in the mountains, brewed for those who crave adventure. Whether you're scaling peaks, chasing sunsets, or just unwinding after a hard day's work, Iron Ridge Lager is your perfect companion. Smooth, crisp, refreshing, with a bold, full-bodied flavor that says, you've earned this. Not just any beer, your beer. Iron Ridge Lager. Taste the adventure.
Tampa Bay breaks the huddle. Trips right. Flacco from the pistol. Flacco with the pass to Dillon, gain of 5, Landman with the tackle. Third and 3 from the 47. Flacco from the pistol. Flacco to McLaurin, gain of 4, Gardner with the tackle, first down. I formation. Edwards with the carry, 2-yard gain, Clark with the tackle. I formation. Edwards on the carry, no gain, Wyatt with the tackle. Third and 8 at the 41. Flacco completes the pass to Ham, gain of 5,
Pass
Highsmith on the stop.
interference. Offense. Number 30, 10-yard penalty.
3rd and 18. Flacco from the pistol. Man in motion. Flacco passes to Cup, incomplete. Stout back in punt formation. Shaheed waiting inside his own 10. "39-yard punt by Stout, out of bounds. Young from the pistol. Moss with the carry, gain of 3, Blankenship on the tackle. Pistol formation. Two-yard gain by Moss, Smith with the tackle. Third and 5 from the 17. Trips left. Young from the pistol. Motion right. Young to Adams, 3-yard gain, Smith on the tackle. Bojorquez from punt formation. "52-yard punt by Bojorquez, return of 0 by Kamit. Tampa Bay by 3. Flacco in a pistol formation. Flacco completes the pass to Dillon, gain of 22,
Holding.
Landman on the tackle,
Offense.
first down.
Number 50, 10-yard penalty.
First and 20. Flacco from the pistol. Flacco completes the pass to Johnston, 7-yard gain, Adebo on the tackle. Tampa Bay by 3. Flacco from the pistol. Flacco the ball carrier, Gain of 2, Landman with the tackle. Third and 11. Flacco from the pistol. Motion right. Flacco to Cup, gain of 9, Nelson on the tackle.
Holding offense. Number 69, 10-yard penalty.
Stout back in punt formation. "48-yard punt by Stout, return of 5 by Shaheed. First and 10. Spears in the slot. Young at the line. Elliott the ball carrier, no gain, Hill on the tackle. Second and 10 at the 21. Trips left. Young from the pistol. Young calls out the signals. Young completes the pass to Adams, no gain, Moore 2 on the tackle. Third and 10. Young from the pistol. Young to Shaheed, incomplete, Blankenship on the coverage. Bojorquez will punt it away. "52-yard punt by Bojorquez, 12-yard return by Kamet. Pistol formation. Flacco completes the pass to Edwards, 14-yard gain, Johnson on the tackle, first down. First and 10 from the 47. Flacco barks out the signals. Edwards gains 3 on the sweep, Highsmith on the tackle. Flacco in a pistol formation. Flacco throws incomplete to Cup, Gardner on the coverage. Third and 7 from the 44. 5:07 in the second. Flacco from the pistol. Flacco is intercepted by Highsmith, return of 0. Young from the pistol. Young calls the signals. Young with the pass to Adams, gain of 10, more 2 on the tackle, first down. First and 10 at the 44. Young from the pistol. They send a man in motion. Moss on the carry, gain of 3, Lloyd on the tackle. Second and 7 at the 47. Young in a pistol formation. Young is sacked by Boza, loss of 2. Third and 9 from the 45. Young from the pistol. Young barks out the signals. Young throws incomplete to Adams, more 2 on the coverage. Bojorquez to punt. Kamet waiting inside his own 10. 35-yard punt by Bojorquez, out of bounds. Edwards with a 4-yard run, Highsmith on the stop. Trips left. Flacco from the pistol. Flacco to Johnston, touchdown Tampa Bay. Ryland missed the extra point, Tampa Bay 9, New York 0. Ryland boots it. New York trailing by 9. Pistol formation. Young calling signals. Moss on the carry, loss of 2, Boza with the tackle. Second and 12 from the 23. Young from the pistol. Young barks out the signals. Young passes to Crowder, gain of 4, Diggs on the tackle. Third and 8 from the 27. Young from the pistol. Young to Shaheed, incomplete, Blankenship on the coverage. Bojorquez to punt. "57-yard punt by Bojorquez, return of -2 by Kamit. Tampa Bay by 9. Pistol formation. Flacco calls the signals. Flacco to Cup, 11-yard gain, Nelson on the tackle, first down. They're in a hurry up. No huddle offense. Flacco from the pistol. Flacco to Cup, gain of 18, Nelson on the tackle,
An eligible
first
man
down.
downfield. Offense, number 78, 5-yard penalty.
First and 15. Pistol formation. Motion left. Flacco to Cup, gain of 8, Nelson on the tackle. Tampa Bay hustling to the line. Working without a huddle. Flacco from the pistol. Flacco throws incomplete to Johnston, Adebo on the coverage. Third and 7. Flacco from the pistol. Flacco to Renfro, incomplete, Ozzy with the
Pass
coverage.
interference, defense, number 22, automatic, first down.
First and 10. Pistol formation. Flacco calling signals. Flacco completes the pass to Cup, gain of 11, Nelson on the tackle, first down. They're in a hurry up. Tampa Bay going without a huddle. Flacco from the pistol. Flacco to McLaurin, gain of 20, Gardner on the tackle, first down. Timeout, Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay by 9. Pistol formation. Motion. Flacco throws incomplete to Johnston, Adebo on the coverage. Flacco from the pistol. They send a man in motion. Flacco to McLaurin, incomplete, Gardner on the coverage. Tampa Bay leads by 9. 3rd and 10 at the 27. 0:18 left in the second. Flacco from the pistol. Eight-yard gain by Dillon, Johnson on the tackle. Timeout, Tampa Bay, end of the first half, Tampa Bay 9, New York 0. Ryland will try from 37 yards. Sound snap from center. The snap from Glasgow. Ryland made the 37-yard field goal, Tampa Bay 12, New York 0.
And as both teams head to the locker rooms for halftime, the Bandits with a 12-0 lead over the Generals. We're going to take a quick commercial timeout, and then we're going to do a recap of the first half for you. Take another look at the playoff race going into Week 12, and then a quick preview of next week's Monday Night Football game. You're watching Monday Night Football courtesy of the WFL on the Replay Sports Channel studios.
In a world where every day is a battle, your face is your armor. But even armor needs care. Introducing Edge Force, the ultimate shaving experience crafted for men who conquer life. With its triple action formula, Edge Force soothes, hydrates, and sharpens your edge. No nicks, no irritation, just results. Feel the difference, see the confidence, be unstoppable. Edge Force. Take on the day one shave at a time. Sharper, stronger, you.
Halftime entertainment out on the field, but not a lot of enjoyment for the home team New York Generals, as they have been blanked in the first half by the visiting Bandits by a score of 12-0. As we take a look at the events of the first half, Tampa Bay doing all the scoring. Rookie Chad Ryland with a field goal late in the first quarter from 26 yards out made it 3-0. And then late in the second quarter, we had our first touchdown of the game. Joe Flacco with that magnificent 76-yard touchdown pass to Quentin Johnston. Point after attempt, no good. May that be a factor later on, we shall see. Tampa Bay would lead 9-0, and then right at the end of the half, Ryland with a 37-yard field goal attempt to give us the 12-0 score that we have now. Taking a look at the team statistics, go all the way to the bottom there. Net offense, Tampa Bay 265 total yards, 46 for New York. That's not a misprint. If you've been watching the first half, you know the Generals have been struggling when it comes to offense. Comparing the players, Flacco having a great night so far with the exception of the 2 interceptions. That has kind of dented the quarterback rating. He's 17 of 29, 216 yards, the 1 touchdown pass, but the 2 interceptions, Tampa Bay could have been up by a lot more. Bryce Young, the rookie, not having a great night. 5 of 12, just 21 yards. He's been intercepted once, sacked once. Almost all those receptions went to Devontae Adams. Crowder got one late in the half. Both teams are also struggling running with the ball. A lot of 3-and-outs for New York. Their punter, Cody Bojorquez, has punted the ball 5 times already. 0 for 6 on third down. That's another telltale sign there that New York is having their issues. Tampa Bay as well. 3 of 10 on third down. Penalties will be another thing that I'm sure Tampa Bay head coach Byron Leftwich is going to be talking about in the dressing room. 4 for 25 by Tampa Bay. A lot of holding calls in there. New York had the defensive pass interference call on that final drive of the first half. So we did mention the upcoming playoff picture as we take a look at that screen here for you. So the way things look, state of play as we finish up week 11. Some developments to bring up. London has moved back into the number 1 spot. They have the Eastern Conference's best record at 9-2. Tampa Bay, things are to hold. They moved to 8-2-1. They will have a hold on the number 2 seed. Rome at 8-3, tied with Paris at 8-3. Birmingham 7-4, having the first wild card spot. They defeated DC on Sunday. DC, I'm sure players and staff very interested in the outcome of this game. I don't know if they'd be privately rooting for Tampa Bay, but definitely hoping the score holds that New York remains at 3 wins. And as you see the other teams there, none of them are officially ruled out of playoff contention. However, a little bit of a different story in the Western Conference. Las Vegas, the big upset by Los Angeles in overtime prevented Vegas from going to 10 wins and from being the first team to clinch a division and seed bye. So they're at 9-1-1. They're still number 1 seed though. Memphis is the number 2 seed. We're going to see them next week. teasing you a little bit about the next Monday night football game. Los Angeles, impressive at number 3, 7-4, tied with St. Louis. Mexico City, the 5 seed, 6-4-1. Arizona, 6-5. And then you have the remaining teams that are in the playoff race. Chicago, 6-5. San Diego, 3-8. But of course, all you Detroit and San Antonio fans, hate to break the news to you, but the losses they suffered this week officially took them out of playoff contention. So already the look to see who will get the number 1 draft pick in the 2025 draft. That will be coming up. So we mentioned a little bit about week 12. Got a good showdown for you from down south. Birmingham Americans will come into Memphis to take on Lamar Jackson and the Memphis Express. That will be the matchup next Monday. And then, of course, week 13, it'll be Thanksgiving, hard to believe. We'll have a triple header for you, a smorgasbord, a cornucopia of football on Thanksgiving Day. We'll start things out in the Motor City. The Wheels will play host to Las Vegas. The late afternoon game will feature the Chicago Fire at the Arizona Rattlers, and then our nightcap, as you're probably ordering things online for ahead of Black Friday, you got the San Diego Fleet and the San Antonio Commanders. So that's your Thanksgiving triple header that'll be coming up to start week 13. Make sure to check us out on YouTube. We're the Replay Sports channel. Hit like and subscribe. We got a lot of other great games to tell you about. Baseball, basketball, other sports coming up. I encourage you to check us out. Some interested viewers spotted up in the press box earlier. The owner of the New York Generals, Vicky Carter, she bought the team back in 2023. Final season for the Generals here at venerable Yankee Stadium. The Generals will open their new stadium, Summit Wave Stadium, next season. And Miss Carter has been leading that. She comes from the investment banking world, Goldman Sachs, and she leads a very important initiative called Women in Sports, and very much a big-time leader in that. So very interested observer there. And then across the way, we have Nick Caldwell. He's the owner of the Tampa Bay Bandits. Happy with the score, but also happy with recent events. Of course, first Tuesday in November, Floridians voted to approve additional state funding for some improvements on his stadium, the Majestic Motor Stadium. So that coming through to pass, so they will be able to make some improvements there at the stadium and maybe attract some future events like some Pantheon Bowls or some college game, pro bowl games and the like. So two of the WFL's owners there. All right, we are done with halftime. Both teams are back out on the field. New York looking to get things going because they deferred the kickoff. They will start the second half with the ball. Let's take you back out to our announcing team. I'll chat with you again after the game. Stay tuned. We'll have a recap of the game, and we'll announce who our Apex Striker GT player of the game will be.
Ryland with the kick. Young from the pistol. Young passes to Adams, incomplete, Moore 2 on the coverage. Second and 10 at the 25. Pistol formation. Young throws incomplete to Shaheed, Blankenship with the coverage. Third and 10 from the 25. Young from the pistol. Young passes to Crowder, incomplete, Diggs on the coverage.
Offsides. Defense. Number 97, 5-yard penalty.
Third and 5 at the 30. Young in a pistol formation. Man in motion. Young passes to Adams, gain of 4, Moore 2 with the tackle.
Holding. Offense. Number 68, 10-yard penalty.
Fourth and 1 at the 34. Man in motion. Young on the carry, 2-yard gain, Blankenship on the stop, first down. First and 10 from the 36. Young from the pistol. Young at the line. Young to Wilson, gain of 14, Campbell with the tackle, first down. Pistol formation. Moss on the sweep, no gain, Barrett on the tackle. Trips left. Young from the pistol. Young is intercepted by Barrett, return of 6. 3-yard gain by Edwards, Highsmith on the tackle.
Offsides. Defense. Number 95, 5-yard penalty.
Tampa Bay breaks the huddle. Flacco from the pistol. Flacco barks out the signals. Flacco completes the pass to McLaurin, gain of 11, Nelson on the stop, first down. Tampa Bay leads by 12. Pistol formation. Flacco calls out the signals. Flacco to Edwards, gain of 10, Parsons on the tackle. I formation. Motion left. Someone jumped. Edwards with the carry, no gain, Highsmith on the tackle, first down.
Upon further review, the runner was stopped short of the first down. No timeout will be charged.
Third and inches. Motion right. Edwards on the carry, 5-yard gain, Wyatt on the stop, first down. Tampa Bay leads by 12. Dillon gains 2 on the sweep, Murphy on the tackle. Second and 8 from the 14. Flacco from the pistol. Flacco throws incomplete to Moore, Adebo on the coverage. Third and 8. Flacco from the pistol. Flacco is intercepted by Johnson, return of 0. Spears lines up outside. Elliott the ball carrier, no gain, Lloyd on the stop.
Personal foul. Defense. Number 33, 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Trips right. Young calling signals. Young is sacked by Godshow, loss of 8. Trips left. Young from the pistol. Young barks out the signals. Young completes the pass to Moss, gain of 6, Smith on the tackle. Third and 12 at the 33. Young from the pistol. Young passes to Shaheed, incomplete, Blankenship with the coverage. Bohorquez to punt. "52-yard punt by Bohorquez, return of 1 by Kamit. Motion. Dillon on the carry, gain of 3, Murphy with the tackle. Tampa Bay by 12. 2nd and 7 from the 19. Edwards with a gain of 9 on the play, Sweat on the tackle, first down. Flacco from the pistol. Flacco is intercepted by Adebo, return of 2. Pistol formation. Young throws incomplete to Kincaid, Stone on the coverage. New York down 12. 2nd and 10 from the 42. Young from the pistol. Moss with a gain of 3 on the play, Barrett on the tackle. Third and 7 from the 39. Young from the pistol. Motion. Young is intercepted by Diggs, return of 0. Flacco calls the signals. Two-yard run by Dillon, Thompson on the tackle. Second and 8 from the 26. Flacco from the pistol. Flacco completes the pass to Johnston, gain of 13, Nelson on the tackle, first down. Trips left. Flacco from the pistol. Flacco to Kamit, gain of 3, Thompson on the tackle.
Unnecessary roughness. Defense. Number 29, 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Trips left. Pistol formation. Flacco barks out the signals. Flacco passes to Johnston, gain of 7, Nelson with the tackle. Edwards gains 5 on the pitch, Murphy on the tackle, first down. Flacco from the pistol. Flacco to Edwards, gain of 1, Highsmith with the tackle. Second and 9. Flacco from the pistol. Flacco to Johnston, incomplete, Nelson on the coverage. Third and 9 from the 30. Ham split outside. Pistol formation. Flacco to Ham, gain of 4, Highsmith with the tackle.
Holding offense. Number 78, 10-yard penalty.
A 44-yard attempt for Ryland. Good snap from Glasgow. The snap from Glasgow. Ryland connects from 44 yards, Tampa Bay 15, New York 0. Ryland boots it. First and 10 from the 25. Young from the pistol. Young with a gain of 6 on the play, Smith on the tackle. New York trailing by 15. Second and 4. Young from the pistol. Yard run by Moss, Lloyd on the tackle. Third and 2. Trips right. Kincaid lines up outside. Young from the pistol. Young is sacked by Jordan, loss of 6. Bojorquez to punt. "55-yard punt by Bojorquez, return of 2 by Kamit. Tampa Bay ahead by 15. Some confusion on the defense. Flacco from the pistol. Timeout, New York. Generals trailing by 15. Young from the pistol. Young with the carry, 5-yard gain, Smith on the tackle. End of the third quarter, Tampa Bay 15, New York 0.
Some follow the road, others rewrite it. Introducing the 2025 Apex Striker GT, where innovation meets adrenaline. Powered by a twin-turbo V10 engine delivering 700 horsepower, the Apex Striker GT propels you from 0 to 60 in just 2.7 seconds. With dynamic all-wheel drive and precision-tuned handling, every twist and turn becomes an invitation. Luxury, performance, unstoppable confidence. The Apex Striker GT. Drive the extraordinary.
This telecast is copyrighted by the WFL for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the WFL's consent is prohibited.
Trips right. Pistol formation. Young at the line. Young completes the pass to Adams, gain of 6, more 2 on the tackle, first down. First and 10 from the 42. Trips right. Young from the pistol. Young throws incomplete to Adams, more 2 on the coverage. Second and 10 from the 42. Trips right. Young from the pistol. Doubling Shahid at the line. Young on the carry, gain of 26, Whitehead on the stop, first down. First and 10. Young in a pistol formation. Young at the line. Yard run by Young. Barrett on the tackle, first down. Trips left. Pistol formation. Young to Wilson, gain of 4, Diggs on the tackle. Trips right. Young from the pistol. Young barks out the signals. Young is sacked by Hill, loss of 5. Third and 11 from the 22. Pistol formation. Motion. Young calls the signals. Young to Wilson, incomplete, Clark on the coverage. "40-yard attempt for Myers. Larson with the snap. Myers made the 40-yard field goal, Tampa Bay 15, New York 3. Here's the kick from Myers. Tampa Bay by 12. Flacco the ball carrier, no gain, fumble recovered by Flacco, Tampa Bay maintains possession. Second and 10 from the 25. Man in motion. Flacco at the line. Two-yard run by Dillon, Murphy on the tackle. Third and 8 from the 27. Flacco from the pistol. Flacco completes the pass to Moore, gain of 9, Adebo on the tackle, first down. Pistol formation. Flacco to Ham, incomplete, Schnall with the coverage. Pistol formation. Edwards on the draw, gain of 2, Clark on the stop. Third and 8 from the 38. Flacco from the pistol. Flacco completes the pass to Renfro, gain of 7, Ozzy on the tackle. Stout back in punt formation. Shaheed waiting inside his own 10. "55-yard punt by Stout, touchback." Pistol formation. Young throws incomplete to Elliott, Smith with the coverage. Second and 10 from the 20. Young from the pistol. Young calling signals. Young on the sweep, 6-yard gain, Barrett on the tackle. Timeout, Tampa Bay. Third and 4 from the 26. Young from the pistol. Young completes the pass to Wilson, 8-yard gain, Clark on the tackle, first down. New York trailing by 12. Young from the pistol. Perrin on the pitch, gain of 8, Godcho on the tackle. Young from the pistol. Young passes to Wilson, incomplete, Diggs with the coverage. Third and 2 from the 42. Young from the pistol. Young on the carry, no gain, Boza on the tackle. Fourth and 2. Pistol formation. Shaheed faces a double at the line. Young passes to Adams, incomplete, Moore 2 with the coverage. Tampa Bay by 12. Edwards with the carry, gain of 1, Clark on the tackle. Slow down offense. Man in motion. Edwards with the carry, gain of 2, Clark on the tackle. Tampa Bay ahead by 12. Third and 7 from the 39. Flacco slow to the line. Flacco from the pistol. Man in motion. Flacco passes to Ham, no gain, Highsmith on the tackle. Stout deep in punt formation. "33-yard punt by Stout, return of 10 by Shaheed. New York down by 12. First and 10 from the 16. 3:58 left in the game. Young from the pistol. Young calls out the signals. Young is intercepted by Stone, Return of 20. I formation. Man in motion. Edwards with the carry, gain of 2, Highsmith with the tackle. Slowly coming to the line. Man in motion. Edwards on the carry, no gain, Schnell on the stop. Tampa Bay ahead by 12. 3rd and goal. 2:18 left in the game. Flacco slow to the line. Motion right. Flacco calls the signals. Edwards the ball carrier, touchdown Tampa Bay. Ryland converts the extra point, Tampa Bay 22, New York 3. Here's the kick from Ryland. Young from the pistol. Perrin gains 4 on the sweep, Smith on the tackle. Young from the pistol. Young barks out the signals. Young throws incomplete to Thomas. New York trailing by 19. 3rd and 6. 1:57 left in the game. Young from the pistol. Young barks out the signals. Young passes to Adams, gain of 31, Stone on the stop,
Offsides.
first down.
Defense. Number 32, 5-yard penalty.
First and 10 from the 40. Trips right. Young from the pistol. Young at the line. Young to Adams, gain of 9, more 2 on the tackle. Second and 1 from the 31. Trips right. New York in a hurry up. No huddle offense. Pistol formation. Young barks out the signals. Young passes to Perrin, incomplete, Smith on the coverage. Generals trailing by 19. Third and 1 from the 31. Trips left. Young from the pistol. Adams faces a double at the line. Young passes to Shaheed, gain of 6, Campbell on the tackle,
Holding.
first down.
Offense. Number 79, 10-yard penalty.
Generals trailing by 19. Third and 11. 1:28 left in the fourth. Young from the pistol. Man in motion. Young completes the pass to Wilson, gain of 1, Clark with the tackle. Fourth and 10 from the 40. Hurry up offense. Working without a huddle. Young from the pistol. Young passes to Shaheed, incomplete, Campbell on the coverage. Tampa Bay 22, New York 3.
And your final score from tonight's game, Tampa Bay continues on their winning streak. They have now won 4 in a row. They defeat the New York Generals by a score of 22-3. Both clubs combined for 9 turnovers in this game, so not pretty there, but again, the statistic that counts is the win column. So Tampa Bay will improve their record to 8-1. They'll remain in first place in the Atlantic Division. New York drops to 3-8. Tampa Bay dominated on offense, 415 total yards to just 183 for New York. Both quarterbacks tossed 4 interceptions, and Bryce Young's quarterback rating just a 7.4. Just a horrible night there for the rookie. Did show some signs of brilliance there in the second half, mainly with his feet. Just desperate times there for the Generals. Our player of the game, our apex striker, GT player of the game, goes to Geno Stone. 2 interceptions for 21 yards. Geno Stone in the conversation for Defensive Player of the Year. We'll get those nominations out in a couple of weeks. Tampa Bay next week. We'll look forward to returning home to take on the DC Guardians. Guardians happy with that result tonight. That means that they hold on to the 6th playoff seed in the Eastern Conference. New York will prepare to travel to the Great White North to take on the Toronto Hitmen. Hitmen trying to remain in playoff contention, but it's getting very slim there. Just a reminder of some upcoming events that we have here on the channel. Again, next week, Birmingham at Memphis. Some 2 very good Southern rivals. Birmingham now, of course, with the Atlantic Division, Memphis for the Central. Both of them in the playoff hunt. That should be a very good game next Monday night. And then, of course, our Thanksgiving Day triple header. Vegas at Detroit will get us started. Our late afternoon game, Chicago at Arizona, San Diego at San Antonio will be the nightcap. For those of you following our 1968 Major League Baseball replay, we've got a dandy for you. Red Sox Yankees. Need I say more? Early May 1968, first time these 2 teams will hook up in that season. Definitely encourage you to check that one out if you love baseball. And if you're fans of the NBA, our NBA 79 season replay rolls on. We're going to have George Gervin and the San Antonio Spurs pay a visit to Wes Unseld and the Washington Bullets. So those are some of the great games that we got coming up. So again, thank you so much again for watching tonight's game. Bandits, convincing win 22-3. I'm Glenn Walker. Thank you again for watching. Have a great night.